Hi, it's summertime here at Timberdoodle, and a lot of you guys have had questions for what can we do with our children to reinforce the math concepts they've learned all year without getting the math books out during the summertime. So we have brought out some of our math games that we recommend, and let's walk through them really quick. So Pearl, do you want to lead off with Moby?
Sure. So Moby is sort of like a Scrabble type game where each player is creating their own crossword using math equations. So there's a Moby Max and a Moby Kids. The Moby Max includes addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So it's a little bit more challenging, right about for maybe 8 and up, or the child who is getting somewhat comfortable with multiplication and division. Moby Kids is better for maybe, say, 5 or 6 and up, for a child who's really comfortable doing addition and subtraction. Moby Kids is best for either 2 players or 2 teams of players, whereas Moby Max is good for a very flexible number of players. And especially if you have a variety of ages in your family, Moby Max is perfect because we've included, exclusive to us, extra addition and subtraction tiles. So it's good both for the older or more advanced child and for a younger child who wants to play at the same time.
Perfect. Another product we have is TenZ. It's 4 colors of dice, 10 dice in each color. Let me show you that. So TenZ can be played in a number of different ways, and we actually sell the TenZ card deck in case you run out of ideas of how to play it. But the main concept is you can use these dice to reinforce addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. From the very basic of having your child roll and count how many dots are on each side of the dice to adding with it. Everyone roll until you can add up to 8. Or everyone roll until you can add up to 12. But you can also roll for numbers that divide by 3. So I've got 12 can be divided by 3. And so on. And so there's many ways to play TenZ. Again, you can look at the deck if you run out of ideas, or take all your math concepts and turn them into competition. It's a very addictive game. Pearl, do you want to look at Tiny Polka Dot?
So Tiny Polka Dot has just so much variety to the game for a wide range of ages. Lots of different games that you can play with helpful age recommendations on them. For example, let's look at one game that you can play with Tiny Polka Dot for probably about a 4 or 5-year-old. So you will lay out numbers with dots from 0 to 5 on it. And you are looking for pairs that add up to 5. So it might be a 0 and a 5. It might be a 3 and a 2. It might be a 4 and a 1. This can be quite challenging for a young player. But when it gets a little too easy, you just flip the cards over and now it's a memory challenge. So that's just 2 examples of the myriad games that can be played with Tiny Polka Dot.
Awesome. The last one we want to look at is called Rapups. And this is not a math game, but it does allow your child to practice their math facts very quickly, easily, in a hands-on approach, and keeps you from having to break out the books. So let me walk you through it here. So this is the multiplication one, and you are going to be using this string here, and basically you're solving for the problem. So 4, this is all times 1. 4 times 1 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. Starting on the one side, wrapping to the answer on the other side. 12 times 1 is 12, and so on. And the beauty of Rapups is you can self-correct. So I don't know if you can see on the back, there are ridges that your child will be able to see. If the string is on top of the ridge, you got the answer correct. If the string is not on the ridge, then he's going to know that that answer was not correct. Again, a real quick way for your child to practice whatever math facts you want them to keep sharp on during the summer, and get it done in just a real fun way. And I think that about covers it for math for us. So thanks for joining us.